So good morning and a very warm welcome to Delhi Process 4. Her Excellency, Madam Secretary General, the President of the 73rd session of the United Nations General Assembly, Madam Maria Fernando Espinazo Gracias, Professor Amitav Acharya, Distinguished Professor, American University School of International Services, Washington, Secretary Economic Relations, Shri T.S. Tirumurthy, our dynamic permanent representative at the PMI, New York, Shri Akbaruddin ji, His Excellency Mr. Daniel Chabaru, Embassy of Argentine Republic here in New Delhi, leaders of the host team, my friend UN Secretary General's Envoy on South-South Cooperation, Mr. Jorge Shadek, Director, UN Office on South-South Cooperation, my own chairman, Ambassador Dr. Mohan Kumar, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to this very important conference in our series of Delhi Process. Let me at the outset give you a background of this effort. The Delhi Process, launched in 2013, has entered in its 6th year today with the 4th conference. With this, the process has matured as we process and we propose to discuss issues related to theoretical perspectives in light of the empirical realities. Friends, with multiplication of global challenges, we require global responses coming forward. It was with this idea that the global leadership got together in 2011 at the Busan Conference. Efforts for this, all of us know, could not go very far. Ideas for North and South working together for addressing these challenges had limited forward movement, and one of the factors we felt was limited understanding of what South-South cooperation is and what it can deliver. The need for launching a process for exploring nuances of South-South cooperation was felt, and with some of our colleagues, we could launch what we called as Network of Southern Think Tanks, NEST, that is listed here as part of the co-host, and I'm glad we have Andre from Brazil as part of this team. The first conference of the process was organized in 2013 here in Delhi. So was called Delhi Process. This was extremely successful. In fact, a Track 1 process emerged out of Delhi 1, which gave rise to an intergovernmental group at ECOSOC. It had 4 meetings, and in 2014 and in early 2015. We were very hopeful that this process would deliver and would bring out the key details of South-South cooperation. Somehow this could not again go very far. We again met here at Delhi 2 and Delhi 3 in 2016 and 2017 respectively. With our collective commitment for Sustainable Development Goals and Agenda 2030, we thought we had more reasons to see how we go forward together. In Delhi Process 2 and 3, we also explored the idea of one world and the approach towards triangular cooperation. As you know, Prime Minister Modi since 2014 has laid extra emphasis on how India can be part of triangular partnerships. With close partnership with Ministry of External Affairs, particularly the Multilateral Economic Relations Division, and I must recall here the great support we got from Ms. Sujata Mehta when she was secretary there in terms of moving forward, and we found that the debates on South-South cooperation are getting linked with several global processes, including at G20, and of course we discussed at BRICS and IPSA. And the very rise of the new development bank also gave a fillip in this direction. In this series, we acknowledge with deep gratitude the encouragement and support from the UN Office on South-South Cooperation. In this Delhi conference, we have made an effort to bring the national chapters like the Forum for Indian Development Cooperation, FIDC, which is also co-host here on the backdrop, as you would notice, and the national chapters of NEST, with NEST Brazil, NEST Africa, NEST Mexico, and NEST Argentina here with us. From China, we also have China International Development Research Network, CIRN, which is also part of the NEST network. At the global level, NEST has linked up with similar institutions and has tried to evolve an ecosystem where we can collectively deliberate upon several different issues. As literature in this field, friends, have multiplied, South-South cooperation is evolving. We find that it is not enough to report what we are giving to other countries, but it is equally important how it is being delivered. So the idea of impact assessment is becoming part of the whole narrative. Here I would like to emphasize that it is not a mere semantics that we say of impact assessment and not monitoring and evaluation, on which there is huge emphasis from our northern partners. In a demand-driven engagement with the idea of mutual gain, South-South cooperation is no more a G2G. It brings in the heft that civil society and, of course, private sector brings in. Friends, we need to realize that South-South cooperation came in much before the OECD